بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In Dham التأويل course, you are now studying, taking the first steps actually, to study why the Hanabila are different, or why the Hanabila are rejecting a position that is held by the vast majority of people whom we call Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. It is something that I call detailed interpretation, which is ta'wil. Basically, it is the rejection of the literal or the actual meaning in the language because you think that the metaphorical meaning has been intended. This is not the most accurate way of explaining it, but it is the briefest way of explaining it. So now when you think that the metaphorical meaning has been intended, do you assign that metaphorical meaning? Do you specify it or not? The Hanabila reject this stance of specifying the metaphorical meaning. So in this course, you study more about this. You study in Lum'at al-I'tiqad. You have been already introduced to what I have just explained briefly, but more accurately there. You get introduced to this concept of actual meaning versus metaphorical meaning. Yes. And in the ta'wil, you go deeper and you see more discussions. Ibn Qudama radiallahu anhu is the real representative of the Hanbali madhab. Actually, in the three branches, however, in Tasawwuf we have a bigger figure. He's Shaykh Sidi Abdul Qadir al-Jilani. But in general, if we just stick to Ibn Qudama in the three branches, in the three disciplines, al-fiqh wal-aqaid wal-tasawwuf, it is perfect. And that's why al-fiqh relies on his works, and in al-aqaid we still rely on his works, even though we have like books that we call the relied upon ones written by the late phase scholars of the madhab. But still, if you study Ibn Qudama, you take the Hanbali madhab in a very I wouldn't call it simpler, let's say, simpler from one perspective, but it's pure Hanbali contribution. Ibn Qudama's contribution to the madhab, pure Hanbali. It's not affected by anything else. It's not affected by any other madhab or so. Dhamm al-Ta'wil takes you, it's the first step after Lum'at al-I'tiqad, as I explained in a different video. First step after Lum'at al-I'tiqad, and now you are beginning to understand the philosophy of the Hanbali madhab, especially when it's compared with other madhahib. To be precise, the Ash'ariyya and the Maturidiyya. The three groups are Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah. However, this is how the Hanabila are different. Also, so this is the main thing. Also, it shows you how they are different from other groups, other innovators, especially the Mutakallimin. Yes, not all of al-Mutakallimin are considered innovators by us, by al-Hanabila, but people of al-Kalam, some of them are innovators, some of them are not. Some of them are Ahl Sunnah wal Jama'ah, some of them are not. But at the end of the day, it's the same methodology. Yes, or this speculative theology, as it's called in English translations. This shows you how the Hanbali madhab is different from them and why, and what is our general argumentation against them or their positions. Wallahu ta'ala a'la wa a'lam.